We're here at North Haven Gardens in Dallas, visiting with Rusty Allen about Christmas trees today. And we have some questions for Rusty about how to choose a Christmas tree and what to look for in Christmas trees. I know that we've already passed Christmas tree season, but just in case you have an aged, tired, artificial Christmas tree and you're pondering the possibilities of getting a fresh Christmas tree this coming year, what do you think about that?
Well, most of the artificial trees are made in Asia. They're made in other countries. The Christmas trees that you would buy from us here at North Haven Gardens and from other nurseries here in the United States are grown here. These are American-made trees. And because it takes 7 to 10 years to produce a sellable, viable Christmas tree, that amount of time that they're sitting in their environment, they're part of the ecosystem. And there's a lot of animals and different kinds of wildlife that call that tree home during that amount of time. So you're having an environmental impact when you purchase the tree. You're purchasing something from the very beginning that was alive. And of course it has many uses once you're done with your season and your decorating as well.
So Rusty, what do you think people should be looking for whenever they're getting ready to buy a natural Christmas tree?
Well, for a lot of people, getting a Christmas tree, especially from us, is a very emotional buying experience. They want to get a tree that's going to be part of their holidays and part of their gathering, part of their tradition for as long as possible. And of course, a lot of us would love to have an absolutely perfect Christmas tree. But guess what? It doesn't exist. There is not a perfect tree. There's always going to be that little hole in the side or something that doesn't quite look right. So here's a couple of things you might want to look for when you're looking at a tree. One is there is going to be that little barer side on one part of the tree, and that's going to be the north side of the tree. It's where the tree was growing. So if you have a wall, or if you're blessed with a corner, and that's where your tree usually goes, that's a good spot for that kind of a tree. Of course, you're really looking for a tree that looks very fresh. Pulling on the branches, seeing if any of the needles fall off is one of the first signs that you would be looking for. At North Haven Gardens, what we do is we have the trees fresh cut and then put into tree preservative as soon as they arrive here. So from the very beginning, they're as fresh as possible.
I know that y'all sell the tree preservative here at North Haven Gardens, and we have used it before and we saw really good results, but tell us what that does for the tree and why you recommend that.
Absolutely. One of the major reasons why here is because the tree will start sealing over at the bottom, even if it's just in plain water to a certain degree, because of the natural saps and the material that's in the trunk of the tree. The types of preservatives that we sell have a small acidic amount in them, and it keeps that tissue open longer so that the tree can continue to take up water. And the average amount of time is somewhere around 2 to 3 days, and the tree will take up the most amount of water, a lot, more than you would actually think.
I know, it's
and
surprising.
Then it tapers off, to a certain degree. And then you should be able to keep the tree probably in the 3-week range. I've kept mine about that long as you have that preservative and maintain the water levels.
And some of mine have lasted even longer than 3 weeks. Where do you recommend putting a tree in your home?
Very good. This has a big impact, certainly, when you're selecting a tree, too. The hot air vents that we're trying to heat our homes, of course, is one of the worst places to keep one. If you can adjust one or maybe turn it off a little bit so it doesn't blow directly on the tree is a good idea. I actually try to keep my house cooler as much as I can during the time that the tree is going to be on display. Putting it near a door or something that actually allows some cool air to come in is really not a bad idea, but certainly not probably in a south or southwest facing window, because during the winter, when typically the trees are on display, then you get a lot of that direct sun on there that will dry the tree out.
And so many people don't realize this is a crop that people raise. It's just like someone who raises onions or grapefruits or whatnot. This is a crop. These trees are not taken out of the forests.
No, they're grown on farms, and there's so many million trees that are out there. They're actually supplying a lot of oxygen for you and I. They have this huge amount of impact that it takes to produce a tree that affects all of us.
Wonderful. Well, Rusty, thank you so much
Thank you.
for visiting with
Thank
us.
you. I'm so glad you were here.
I know. Thank you for letting us be here at North Haven Gardens.
Absolutely.
A huge thanks to Rusty and to everyone else at North Haven Gardens. My mom and I have so much fun every time we go. If you don't already have a local nursery that you love, go find one. It makes all the difference. And if you're in the Dallas area, definitely check out North Haven Gardens. We hope you learned a little bit about Christmas trees so you're ready to purchase the best natural tree next Christmas season.